All right, let's talk about this. So we already know that LeBron came up confronting him during the third quarter of the game, but I want to talk about this part because the truth just got to be said. Let's go.
Griffey Senior and Junior, who all stars, Hall of Famer, and Ken Griffey Jr. They got them there. And again, I've been covering it for 30 years, not NBA sports. You understand? So how you think it's all looking to me? It's a little bit too choreographed. But I'm still. I'm still like this. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, I want to hear about Bronny and the $8 million. As far as I'm concerned, LeBron underpaid. This shit, that's $8 million he should have had in his pocket. It's no big deal to me. But the one thing I did say was, that one game right there is the moment. Now you got to go to the G League and earn your stripes. Instead, he's playing and playing and playing, and I'm getting stats. And he go against Philly. They put him in the first quarter, and Tyrese and them gave it to him. And then they plaster on SportsCenter 0.3 points, 0.3 rebounds, 0.4 assists, blah, blah, blah. And I said, damn. Why? Because I'm like, now I can't ignore it. Because how am I doing my job?
All right, so here's where we want to get to. Sensational. Right? Shout out to my brother for bringing this to my attention. I've seen it, but he brought it to my attention and actually broke it down on how good this interview was with Stephen A. on Gil's Arena. I've heard some different takes about LeBron confronting Stephen A. and some people don't like it and they think that, you know, they feel like Stephen A. shouldn't do this, right? And again, my stance is maybe I'm just a little more hard or maybe unemotional about it, but I think Stephen A. is in the right? I haven't heard him say anything disrespectful to Bronny James. I've probably said more disrespectful stuff about Bronny James, just not being a good player, not ready, and obviously the dude has been in the G League. He's a number 55th overall pick. We don't talk about number 55s unless they're doing something in the NBA or in any sport. So here's a point that I want to stick to, because the people that I've spoken to about this, they all say, well, it's the truth. We know that Bronny's not ready. And I want to do a hard stop right here, because we're not about to go into, oh, I just don't like Stephen A. for this and that. I don't care who you don't like. It's the truth. He just said that they propped him up for one of these games against Philly, right? I think it was the first game or whatever. And you know what ended up happening? He got out there and he did absolutely nothing, because LeBron wanted to flex his power and say, I want to play with my son, which we know LeBron has said for the longest. It's happening. His son gets up there and he does nothing. The times that his son plays, it's garbage time.
Sensational.
They're up by 30 or something, and everyone's like, oh, Bronny gets to play. This is not a good thing. What has the league turned into? So Stephen A. is right. I don't care how you feel about Stephen A. I don't care about none of that other stuff. Stephen A. was respectful. Like he said, he's been covering the league for 30 years. I mean, this guy has made a name for himself. LeBron James has lost so much respect from me. So much. And first of all, why are you confronting him in the third quarter of the game? Are you using this as some type of momentum to get you going or something, like what Reggie Miller used to do? Like he used to do this in the beginning of the game. He used to yell at a reporter to get him going. It was a part of his antic. Are you doing this to get you going, or are you literally just going over there being a soft-ass guy? Your son is a professional. If your son works at your job and your son is slacking and the manager comes up and talks to him, are you going to go up to your manager and say, hey, I need you to be a little bit lighter on the delivery of my son? No. Your son is not playing up to par. He's at the highest level in basketball. And someone said this the best in the sauna that I was talking to the other day. It was T, actually. T said it. Shout out to T, right? He said that Bronny James took someone else's dream. He said it. He said he just took somebody else's dream. And you say, you know what? I never thought about that. There was somebody else that could have filled in that number 55th spot that, I don't know, that it could have benefited them more. Bronny James is rich. He don't need nothing. I said, yeah, man, that's an interesting take. But this is why I can't put LeBron above Kobe Bryant. And I will not put LeBron above Kobe Bryant. I won't. It's just the mentality of Kobe Bryant was who you wanted. If you were building the team, you want Kobe Bryant, right? It's Michael Jordan. It's Kobe Bryant. I don't care about the people saying, well, he's like Kobe. He's like Michael Jordan. There are so many players that tried to be like Michael Jordan that could not do it. Kobe was one of them. You give him his flowers. You give him his credit. He's one of the greatest. And he is below Michael Jordan. And to me, I'm going to fight between freaking Allen Iverson at this point and LeBron James. Because LeBron James is nothing but a big baby. The reason why the league is so soft and so bad like it is now is a big part of LeBron James being a part of this, right? You can throw in Steph Curry and all these guys, but it's a big reason LeBron's been here for almost 20-something years. It's soft. Everybody wants to be friendly. He just moves around on teams. Listen, Stephen A. spoke the truth. Period. Point blank. This boy got out there and he threw up a goose egg. And Stephen A. is supposed to say, oh, well, I got to say good things about his son. For what? Numbers don't lie, man. You can feel however you want to feel, LeBron, but the numbers are the numbers. You should be on your son. I said this too to my brother. We was talking, and I said, I didn't once hear about Michael Jordan confronting any reporters or analysts about his son, right? His sons, or one of his sons, played in college ball, but he didn't make it professionally. And a lot of people bagged on, Michael Jordan's sons. Oh, man, they're not as good as him. Oh, man, they suck, this and that. I didn't hear Michael Jordan go up to them and say, hey, man, stop talking about my son like that. This is basketball. It's all in the realm of sports. We can speak this way when we're talking about a player. We're not talking about them individually and what they do on their personal life. We're talking about what they do when they step on this court. And he's not performing. He put him in the G League, let him ball in the G League. He needs that development. He averaged 4 points in freaking college, man. 4 points. There is another college player that averaged more points than Bronny James that deserves to be in that spot. This is the conversation that people aren't really talking about when we talk about LeBron confronting Stephen A. I think it was the weakest move ever. I lose points, GOAT points for LeBron James because he's soft, and he's shown himself to be a little baby. I'm done with LeBron James. After this, I'm done with LeBron James. Kobe Bryant will always be above LeBron James. I don't care how many points that he scores. He can go for 100,000 points. And my brother brought up another good point that if Steph Curry wins another championship, that'll be 5 for him. So 5 for him, and I think Bron got 5 or whatever it is. Now I could probably start talking about Steph Curry is just as good as LeBron at this point. And I respect Steph Curry. One man, one team, stayed there. That's his game. Yes, the league has changed a lot in his direction, but that's his style of play. Only he can do that. So I don't care about anybody, what they feel about Stephen A. Like I said, on my channel, I've given Stephen A. some backlash, and I've given him some praise, and I can be objective. When it comes to this, Stephen A. is doing the right thing. All right. LeBron James is weak, and I get that's your son, but your son is playing in a professional league, right? Everyone gets criticized. When you stepped into the league, you got criticized for years about if you were going to live up to the hype, and people talked about you. But if you can't handle it, your son don't need to be playing in the league. Let me get off this thing, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I do weekly live streams, so I want to see y'all over there, all right? Like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work 2 times.
You are watching a master at work.
See ya.